Good morning and welcome to day 2 of 100 Acre Wood Rally. Second round in the Rally America National Championship, hosted in Salem, Missouri. Here we're at a spectator area for stage 9 here this morning. This is a famous corner for this rally because it's easy for the locals to get to. And honestly, we must have 300 or 400 locals here on this Saturday morning here to spectate and check us all out. They're littered all through the woods, mostly standing in a safe place, we hope. At least safe from the cars, maybe not so safe from some of the rocks that are going to be flying. I don't know if we can get a shot of how big some of these rocks are in this corner. I believe we're going to bring you the best shot here of being able to see the approach to the corner. We might be bringing you some pictures of scars and such from in a little while from these rocks kind of pelting us a bit, but we'll see. So Ken Block starts today with an 18.5 second lead over David Higgins. David Higgins had some challenges yesterday, and so did Ken. Ken believes he's gotten his setup issues sorted. We'll see how he looks as he approaches here. Okay, so we just saw some car damage on the left front corner of Ken's car. He clearly does not plan on driving any slower today than he drove yesterday, so he's clearly on the hammer. That front left corner damage could be from a flat tire flapping and tearing up the bodywork a bit. He might have just gotten quite close to a bank and clipped it and may not have actually lost any time due to the damage we saw. This rock is not one of the ones we were worried about because we didn't even know this rock was laying in that corner, and it ended up just at our feet here. So we might actually be moving a few feet out of the way in a moment. Remember, the first 4 or 5 cars this morning are going to be on a 2-minute window, so we've got a little bit of time for this dust to settle. Hopefully we got a shot of that. That's not a jump for most people. That's not a jump as you see the car enter the screen here, and Ken was 1.5 feet off the ground. And in fact, Alex told me yesterday, he says a lot of crest were actually flying over a lot of the crests that aren't even marked jumps. So certainly they're going to be editing their notes to be able to deal with such a fast car that they brought to this event. Next, I look forward to seeing David Higgins come charging up here as well. We'll see if he leaves the ground on his way into the picture as well. David yesterday was on a softer tire than anticipated, and they were blistering the tires a bit. So they've gone to a little bit harder tire that's going to sustain the heat a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and get out of the shot and see Higgins. Here we come. All right, honestly, I was looking away when David approached there, but he's clearly on a charge as well. Got to tell you, the part of the stage that they're driving before they arrive to us here is really fun. It's one of the most similar parts of stages to Finland that we have in the American Series, where there's just a lot of up, down, and turns over crest, where you've got to set the car up early because you might come off the ground in the middle of the corner as you get light coming over the crest. So indeed, this section of stage is really fun to drive as a driver. Are you going to take a few steps? All right, we're going to get on the move a little bit here. Let's go for it.
Hold this?
Yeah. We're going to move a bit and put ourselves in a safer spot as it occurs for rocks. Maybe not as safe of a spot as it occurs for somebody going off, but here we go. I'm going to lay this over here. All right, next we'll see Christoph on his way through, Holek. Christoph, I believe, was A little surprised by the pace yesterday, but he still drove cleanly. He has a car with all 4 wheels securely attached again to start the second day. We'll see how hard he's pushing today, and if he wants to try to bring his game and challenge the guys, the stage times at the front of the pack. I believe that Christoph and Leo will end up having a good race by the end of the day. Leo, who started the event yesterday in stage 1 and drove 8 miles on a left front flat tire. I'm sure he is going to be on a charge as well when he gets here. That gap between Christoph and Leo, 30 seconds. So they're definitely going to be in competition today. It's less than 30 seconds even. You can see the braking and turn-in marks. This is a really good example. Look at where on the light gray part of the dirt there, those marks that are clear. This is why you don't want to be sweeping the road. The next person that puts their tire in that lighter colored mark is going to have better grip for this corner, better turn-in response from the car. If you can avoid having to be first on the road, it really pays off in the ability to get better braking and better turn-in. Here we go, Christoph. I'm sure he'll be on a charge. Epic? I'm coming that way. What? I'm coming that way. Okay. Christoph looking smooth. Also, in my opinion, looking a little bit conservative. I'm not sure how, since he doesn't have experience at this event. This is one of the corners at this event that you really can remember. It's also, like yesterday's corner, has some crown on the road in the middle. So if you're offline, it's going to mean a touch with, actually I have touched that bank before trying to carry too much speed through this corner. But you also remember it because that's where you're really on stage in front of 400 spectators that often gather here. But what I saw there is it looked like he got turned in a little bit later. He left a little bit more margin on the corner. But it goes to show he's still got a clean looking car, and I'm sure he's having a good time here. These stages are fantastic. A little bit warmer today. I think that's helping everybody. Next up, we're going to see Leo. Let's see if he's managed to stay clean so far this morning. We're on the 4th stage of the day today, so there's quite a bit of rallying that's happened so far. 7, 8, 9, 10. We're on the 10th stage, so 3 stages have happened before they've gotten to us today, so lots of rallying's already taken place. Is it? This is on mute right now. Is it really? Yeah, so far, that's more similar to how I came through this corner last time. Did you get pelted?
Yeah, I got a good one in the back.
All right. I got to make an apology here. We're still rolling, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I got to apologize here. We have discussed several plans of attack for streaming and video this morning. We're actually on the 9th stage. I apologize. I am making an effort to get my facts straight. Yeah, that was Travis. Well, what happened was earlier in the corner, he got over the crown. He had already committed to the throttle, and then right out here to the bank. The bank basically stopped him. And in fact, if you go back and look at his speed right through the middle of the corner, it was probably a little bit higher speed. When you get into the slower cars, you have to work on maintaining momentum more. especially back in the production GT days. We were absolute outer edge to absolute inside edge, back out to the outside edge, where an open class car is going to focus more on keeping the tires on the best grip. The lower power cars often would just go to make the widest, straightest line that they possibly can. I think we've got a car up. So we should have seen Leo come by just then. We saw Travis Hansen come by instead, so it could mean Leo's had some trouble already this morning. Travis came through in the right gap. Not the right order, but the right gap, so that means at the beginning of this stage, Leo did not start at the beginning of this stage in time.
Lachlan.
Here we go with Lachlan. Yeehaw, Lachlan. That looked great. Smooth. Lachlan, what I feel like I could tell there is Lachlan was definitely starting to benefit from some of the clearing there. He had a nice turn in, he's back on the power early, and he didn't come out and hit the bank there. So he's benefiting from some of the rocks being swept away already. That looked smooth. I think we're gonna have a great battle. I think whatever they did with the spark plugs in Lachlan's car, in our interview this morning, we discussed how they tried to cure a loss of power with changing the spark plugs and using a different plug gap. That was not working so well and the car was misfiring. It looks to me, based on how he's driving right now, that they got the problem solved and he's able to attack. Travis Hansen's definitely not backing off the gas right now. We know that for sure. Should be Adam Yeoman here. It's Leo. I even know what anti-lag sounds like, and he did that and I jumped. So since we saw Leo just come by with the blinkers on, he's out of sequence. That means we might have a car coming along here before we anticipate. Adam Yeoman should be on his way here quite quickly. This is not going to be good for Adam, because if he's running cleanly, he's going to be catching Leo and also catching some of Leo's dust, because he won't be benefiting from his full minute in between. Here we go. That's Chris. Wow. All right, so Chris has come by out of order. He was supposed to be 2 or 3 more cars back. So, like I said, by the time this much rallying has happened, lots of drama has been unfolding, and we'll hear about that as soon as we get to service. We're only staying for about 6 more cars here on stage 9 so that we can get to service and get the full story for you from everyone. I'm surprised by how good the grip is for braking here. Tire technology, the temperature, the grip of the road, everything conspires to allow drivers to wait really late or super squeeze on the brake pedal and knock off a lot of speed right as they're transitioning the car to turn into the corner. Here we go. Next car up. This looks like Adam Yeoman to me. Adam clearly getting the job done. I'm not sure why he's a little bit down the order. The car might be down on power a bit, or he might be having some challenges that we don't know about yet. We'll catch up with him in service and see if we can figure that out. So we're still yet to see Joel Levac. He should be by any moment. Chris Duplessis was supposed to be behind Joel Levac. We know Joel did some damage to the car last night. I don't believe it was a full rollover, but the whole front nose of the car was damaged. We'll catch up with him as well and his crew and see if we can find out what happened last night and if whatever happened last night affected today's performance. It's often not possible to repair the car completely from a big off, and so you suffer a bit on day 2. We're going to see Rick Song coming by in the yellow Evo, run by John Buffum. We're also going to see Dylan Van Way on the approach here quite soon. Almost looks like Henry and Cindy. It is. Henry, Cindy, Krolikowski. Late. I can imagine the smile on Henry's face is about a mile wide right now. Henry and Cindy come out to their favorite events and run for as much fun as they can possibly have and to compete, and they are still super valid and quick competitors here running in the top segment of cars at a full national event with a lot of really fast competitors. As an aside about Henry's car, he imported it from England. He spent 2 seasons trying to make the jump, maybe even 3 seasons, trying to make the jump from front-wheel drive to all-wheel drive. He was really struggling with it and then realized the car had a rear differential meant for tarmac and a front one meant for dirt. And basically the car was assembled in such a way that made it really, really hard to drive. When they figured this out and got the car tuned correctly, I'm sure those couple of years of struggling made him feel pretty poor as a driver for a while, as it would any driver. When they got the car sorted out, I think he really started to enjoy having the power of the Subaru and all-wheel drive and having a lot more fun. Now he's had 5 or so years to get used to it. It's Dylan Van Way, everybody. So what we've just seen is Ed McNeely came by with Ole Holter in the hot seat in that car. Out of original order. We're eager to see Dylan Van Way come by. And we do have another car up. That's ballsy. Sorry, I'm talking about where the cameraman just laid a camera down. We'll see. So that was Joel Levac that just came by. He's out of order a bit, but he still looks like his car's running healthy, and he's definitely on a charge from what I could see. See if we can figure out who the next car up is going to be. Maybe ACP or Justin Pritchard. I'm betting ACP. going to be here for three or four more cars, then we're going to have to head to service to make sure we get the full story of what's going on in competition in our several classes where we have some really close races. It's looking like it could be a Justin Pritchard. Also could be Dylan. It's Dylan. Dylan Van Way looked good to me. He left a little more room under braking than some have chosen to do. That kind of attitude of going a little more reserved on corner entrance often results in a higher exit speed. So I thought that looked pretty good from Dylan. Got another car up. We'll see who's chasing him. Justin Pritchard. So even as far back in the order as we are, and as many cars have come by and swept the road, we still find some big rocks showing up out of nowhere, flying off to the edge of the stage. Different drivers take different lines. That results in lots of different results. Here we go, next car up. This could be Rob Weir. Justin Pritchard and Rob are having a great battle for open lights. So that was Roman Pacos. He's also in the SP battle. We don't have a time. We don't have a cumulative time on Roman Pacos. He might be running for fun today, but I don't believe, even if he's setting good times today, he's not going to be part of the National Super Production Championship. Rob Weir definitely getting it done there. He and Justin Pritchard are having a great race. Nice Asian restaurant here. A great race in the open light category here at the 100 Acre Wood Rally. Unfortunately, we're going to have to bag it here and head back to service so we can tell the rest of the story for today. We'll see you in service in a little bit. We're going to follow that by some representation at stage 15, and we'll see you again at the end of the event. Thanks for joining us. Yes, but by this time they're all out of order. Do you have any kind of list? I don't think I have to keep this. You can have it. Yeah.